Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com, and now I want to talk a little bit about what happens when I'm doing Hoi Chi treatment. And there's, there's many videos on when I'm doing treatments, and but it's kind of hard to explain. When the people are there watching and listening, it's easier for them to understand because they've gone along with me this whole thing. But now, this particular video, we're going to start after I've already done, when you first do the Hoi Chi, you're laying down, face down. And most of the stuff that I'm finding when you're in that particular situation is kidney related. This is where I talk about the twisted pelvis. Once the twisted pelvis comes, well, then you're going to have backache, you're going to have kidney problems, you're going to have hip bad, knees bad, ankles bad, shoulders bad. You're going to have all kinds of stuff. And it pretty much, when you're face down, it's mainly kidney-related stuff that I'm able to fix. There's some heart issues that I'm able to get taken care of. Lung issues will be taken care of on that same thing. Not when I'm in a presentation type atmosphere, but there is, that's how when you're face down, you can work on those particular things. But anyway, what I'm going to talk about is when you're done face down, you turn over. And you turn over and you're face up. Now when you're face up, then the first thing I'll check is your lungs. And your lungs is right there and right there. And then, like I say, when I find something that's not right, it's going to show up. And when it shows, and then we'll talk about it, and I'll give you options on what to do to fix it, and find out what it is that you've done to make it happen. So, and but anyway, so I'll be checking the lungs, and it'll hurt. Now, if you have good lungs, it won't hurt, But like I say, when you're laying there, now when you can't do it to yourself, when you're sitting here like that, you just don't do it. But when you're laying there, you're just relaxed, and then when I press these points, they're a little tender anyway. And then when the one, you're going to find one that's really a little more tight. I mean, it hurts. Okay, that's the one that's not right. Now, more than likely, that's going to be the lung on the same side as the kidney. That's what I said. When the kidney's bad, everything on that side of the body is, not everything's going to be bad, but it's going to be hard for things to heal on that side of the body. That's why it's so important to get those kidneys working. And like I say, medical doesn't recognize the kidneys until they stop working, and you got a problem. I catch it before that. Before it's a problem. Once you're sick, you need a doctor. You don't need me. And but anyway, so we'll check it. And then when that shows up, and then like I say, if it's on the same side as your kidney, I'm not that concerned about it because you still have fluid in that kidney or in that lung because of that kidney. Because that kidney hasn't been draining all the lymph glands on that side of the body. And then what I'll do is, people say, well, hell, what do you know about lymph glands? I'm talking about everything about the body, and I'm explaining how the body. So then you think, oh, you don't know a damn thing about the lungs and the lymph glands and all that. And then what I'll do is I'll put my hands down, and then I'll go down like that on each side. And it's a little tender on one side. And that's going to be the side where the kidney wasn't working. We found it when you were face down, but now you're face up, and now I go like that, and then you're going to go, whoa, and then I'll go on, it's on the inside of your legs, on the calves and your thighs, and I'll run my fingers right down all that, and you'll notice the difference. You will. And that's the lymph glands are swollen. And it's what happens, we're talking about the lung. The fluid in the lung isn't draining into the lymph gland, and then the lymph glands drain into the kidneys, and the kidney into the bladder, and then you urinate it out. It's not doing it. That's what I'm saying. When that kidney's not functioning properly, or 100% like it should be, and then that means the lymph glands aren't draining. And well, now any kind of fluid, and that's what happens when you're holding fluid, it's not good. That's why you don't want to be swollen for a long period of time. Swelling is after an injury or a sickness. You need to get the swelling down to heal. And what happens, it goes down by going into the lymph glands. Okay, so then we'll push it. On this side, it's going to show up, and then right there, the lymph glands are going to be bad. So, but we already know that. I knew that already, but just the person on the table doesn't know that. And so I'm showing them that that's what's happening. Now and then this will tell me the lung. The next thing I do is I check the heart. And then it's no surprise if the heart shows up. Because if the heart shows up, you have I think it's called pericardium or something. It's a sac around the heart. It's to protect the heart. And it's holding fluid. Holding fluid. Why would it hold fluid? Because your kidney wasn't working. So that's what I'm saying. The fluid's not going off from your heart. And it's holding around the heart. It's putting pressure on the heart. What happens? Well, maybe low blood pressure. Maybe high blood pressure. It just depends. Everybody's different. And there's more things on in the body. I mean, they're all working together. So we have to figure out why it's not you're holding that fluid. But more than likely, if both your kidneys are working, you're probably not going to have any fluid around your heart. If you do, then what we do is cups. You've heard of cups and cupping. These are cups. These are the easy ones. You can get them on Amazon. You just put it on there and you let go and it sucks. And when I'm doing a treatment, I show people how to do cupping. Because this cupping, you just don't do it one time and you're fixed. Well, I can do it one time and maybe you're going to get fixed. Just depends on how bad you are. But the best thing is to learn how to do it. Because we're talking about the fluid. Okay, you're putting this on there. That's moving the fluid. And you'll see it'll turn red. And some people bruise when they have all that. They're moving the fluid. And we're trying to move the fluid away from the heart. At the same time, you can do it on the lungs. Now, I use glass. This is made for cups, for cupping. This is what I use. And what you do is you put fire inside there. I thought it was real funny. I had one guy said, "Oh, I don't like cupping." I said, "You don't like cupping?" He said, "Why isn't that?" And he says, "Because it burns." I said, "Burns?" How does cupping burn? Whoever did the cupping on them before, what they did is they put the fire. Let me see. Get my trusty lighter. There's my lighter. And what they did is they went around and they heated up the rim of the cup and stuck it on them, and it burned. Hell yeah, it burned. But that's not the way you use these. We use them is you put the fire inside, like that, and you see, watch, it'll take away the fluid or the air. There, see, the oxygen, took out the oxygen. You slap it on, it causes a vacuum. And then what I do is I put like extra virgin olive oil. I have herbs in it or stuff like that, because these are a way to introduce these herbs into your system and bring down the swelling. And this is another kind of cupping I don't like. I don't like the plastic ones. These, you see, like that. I don't know if this one. This doesn't have a magnet, but some have a magnet in them too. So, and that's what I'm saying. That's why these are easier to use, but the professional would use these. And but I say so. You could put that on the lungs and on the back part and the front for the lungs, and the heart and the back and the front. And then, but anyway, that's one way of taking care of it. Another thing is silver. Silver's for healing. And right here, I use a lot of this. You see it's silver loan? I don't know if you can see it. Silver loan. Did I say silver loan? Yeah, silver loan. And this one comes in a roll, whether you want it in a roll. And there it is. There, some way or another, they're able to put silver on this material. And same thing, you can lay that over your heart when you sleep at night. Put it on, for your lungs. If you've been coughing and stuff, use the cups. Coughing is good. If you need to cough, you will cough. But too much coughing is not good. That's why you put the cups on there, and then that'll bring your coughing down more gentle, and you're moving the fluid. And the same thing, you put that on. But remember, that's not the problem. It was the kidneys, the twisted pelvis. That is the problem. These are just symptoms, the heart problem, the lung problems and stuff like that, because you should heal. But anyways, that's plenty long enough on this video. I'll make a number 2 on this, and then I'll talk a little bit more about it. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.